Hello students, I am welcoming you to the part 6, and in this particular part we are going to study about significant figures. This is the very last point of this chapter, which is units and measurements. So we are going to see the concept which is significant figures. Now before moving towards that, as you have already studied about the errors, that means many kinds of errors are there while we are performing experiment, alright. So we have also seen that how to avoid that errors. So before avoiding errors, we have seen a basic concept which is mean values. While we are performing experiment, we took number of readings, right? So to take only one reading for that, or to calculate the most probable value, we used to find out the mean of the value, right? So that mean value comes out to be consider of many more digits. Okay, suppose I will give you one example of it. Suppose I have find out the length of a paper. Suppose I took 3 readings. First is 1.54, second is 1.53, and third one is 1.52 centimeters. In centimeters it is. So if I got the 3 readings as 1.54, 1.53 and 1.52, and if I took the mean of that, so I have to take only one reading. If mean to be calculated, it will be addition of 3 of them. What will be that? So it should be divided by 3. Why 3? Because we have 3 readings. So by calculating this, so you are getting this as mean. Okay. So while we are studying in such a manner, in this some digits or some numbers are certain and some numbers are not certain. So the numbers which has some meaning towards the reading or some certain value of it, so that is considered as significant figure. Alright. So there are some rules to follow while we are studying about significant figures. Okay. So let's have a look at the rules to find out significant figures. Have you got the concept significant figures? It is nothing but when any number gives you a certain value, certainty in measurement. That is nothing but significant figures. Okay. So in this I can say that what are the significant figures for this number? All the 3 values are giving certain value. They have some certainty. 1, 5, 3. 3 of them. So all the 3 are nothing but significant figures of this number. Okay. So now we have to follow some rules for determining significant figures. Alright. So these are some rules. There are 4 rules to be followed. First one of it is all the non-zero digits are significant, as we have discussed over here. All the non-zero numbers are significant. Non-zero numbers means the numbers which are not 0. Okay, that is, if I am considering, or if I say a volume of any liquid is 1.783 meter cube, it is the value for something, volume. So what are the significant figures over here? All the values are giving some certainty in measurement. So 1, 7, 8, 3. All the 4 digits are significant figures. How much are there? 4. Which are they? 1. 4 significant figures are there, and these are 1, 7, 8 and 3. These are the 4 significant figures in this. Okay. So this is about non-zero digits, right? So what if zeros are there? This is about non-zero. What if zeros are there? So all zeros between the non-zero digits, if any zero comes between the 2 non-zero number, that is considered to be significant because it has some certain value. Okay, so if I am saying 105, okay, so 105, 105, so 0 is between 1 and 5. So that 0 is also having some significant value. It is having some certainty for the measurement. So while giving an example, as if mass of anything is 165.02, here you can see 0 is between two non-zero numbers, right? So how much significant figures are there inside this? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. There are 5 significant figures because all the digits are giving certain values. And in detail I can write over here which are they: 1, 6, 5, 0 and 2. All these 5 numbers are significant. So these are the significant digits. Okay. So this is the second rule that should be followed for determining significant figure. Now the third rule. Third rule is nothing but about 0 itself. But if any number is less than 1, I am saying it again, any number which is less than 1, and for that number zeros which are there before or after the decimal point will not be considered as significant figure. Okay, we'll take one example so that you will come to know the exact idea about it. If I consider number as 0.001405, in this, see over here, 0 is between the two non-zero numbers, so this is come under significant figure, right? But as this number is less than 1, is it less than 1? Yes, this number is less than 1. So the zero which are there next to decimal point and before the decimal point will not be considered as significant figure. So these are not the significant figures. Now which numbers or which digits are giving you a certain value? So the numbers are 1, 4, 0 and 5. These all numbers are giving you a certain value for measurement. So how many significant figures are there inside this number? 4. So there are 4 significant figures. And which are they? 1, 4, 0, 5. Okay, so this is the one of the rule. Then fourth one, if any number is written as this 1.500, in this 00 is actually not giving any significant value, but if it is written like this, you have to consider that 0 as significant one. Okay, so how many significant figures are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 significant figures. And which are they? 1, 5, 0, 0. Okay, so this is all about the rules. But what happens if I say, if I calculate length of anything? Suppose I am calculating a yard and whose length is suppose 4 meter. Okay, so anything which is having length 4 meter. But if I change the system of unit, this can be also written as 400 centimeter. Again, if I change, it may be. So all these 3 numbers are correct, right? It is just the matter of system of unit. But what happens to the significant figures over here? This is the contrary. So to avoid this kind of error while studying about significant figures, we have to write any number in certain format, and that format is in the form of tens power. It is 10 to the power. Okay, so we are going to see that. Okay, so on board you can see that, as I told you, there should be some format to write any number, right? So that format is nothing but a into 10 to the power 10. 10 to the power n, sorry, where n is integer and it is known as order of the magnitude. So any number should be written in this format, and only then you can find out the significant figures. Now, as I told you about n, but what is a? A should be a number which lies between 0.5 and 5. Okay, so that should be greater than or equal to 0.5 and less than 5. Okay, so any number in this format can be considered to follow the rules which are for significant figures. Okay, suppose I will tell you one example. Suppose the radius, not suppose, this is the radius for Earth, 6400 kilometer. This is the radius of Earth. Now if I change this, or if I have to write down this in this kind, so how to write? I can write this as 6.4, right, into 10 to the power 2 kilometer, same way. But as there is a rule to follow for A. What is that rule? The number should be greater or equal 0.5 and less than 5, but this is becoming greater than 5, so I have to reduce this. So I can write this as 0.64. So as I took the decimal point over here, this becomes 10 to the power 3 kilometer. Even if I change this kilometer to meter, if I change the system of unit, that will be the different one, but this becomes the same, only 10 power will get changed. Okay, so in this, what you can say, the significant figures you can consider for this number. How many significant figures are there? 1 and 2. Only 2 significant are there. Significant figures are there. And 10 to the power 3 is order of magnitude. Even, again I will tell you, even you can change the system of unit. By changing the system of unit, this 10th power, that means magnitude, will be changing, but significant figure will be the same, that is 6 and 4. Okay, another one example is charge on electron. What is charge on electron? Charge on electron is always 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, right? So in this case we have to follow the same. So as you can see over here, this A, that means this A into 10 to the power. So A, is it following this rule? Yes, it is greater than 0.5 and less than 5. So we can consider this, and 10 to the power minus 19. So what is the significant figure in this number? In this number, significant figures are 2. Which are they? 1 and 6. And what is the order of magnitude? Is minus 19. So I hope you all got this concept of significant figures. What is basic, or how to remind or how to remember the significant figures in basic way? Any number which is giving certainty in measurement is nothing but a significant figures. But you have to follow the rules to define significant figures that we have studied in this particular part. Okay, so after studying this, I am declaring that first chapter of your syllabus has been finished. Okay, so units and measurement is being finished. So what we have done in the whole chapter, so we'll just take a quick revision and we'll finish the video. So what we have learned in the whole chapter, we have studied about units. What is units? A reference which is given to any number is known as units. There are two types of units. First one is fundamental and second one is derived. Right? Fundamental are having 7 fundamental quantities, and depending on which 7 fundamental units are there. Which are the 7 fundamental quantities? Length, mass, time, temperature, current, luminous intensity and mass of the substance. These are the 7 fundamental physical quantities, on depending on which fundamental unit is there. And what are the derived units? Derived units are the units which depend on one or more or all the 7 fundamental units. This is basically can be considered as any physical quantity which is having a formula for it, that will be considered under derived units. Okay, so this is all about units, and even we have seen some rules to follow while writing units. Okay, if we consider any unit which is named after a scientist, then that should be written in full form with the smallest letter, such as if I am writing Newton, so I have to write Newton in this way, not in this way. I cannot write this if I am writing a unit of it. Okay, even joule or coulomb, these all are the units which are named after a scientist. So if you are writing a full form of it, that should be written in small letters, and if you are writing a symbol of it, so that should be a capital O. So Newton can be written as N, joule can be written as joule, J, coulomb can be C. Okay, so these are the symbols for the units. So you have to mention the symbols. Even you cannot give comma, full stop after writing any kind of unit. Plurals are not available for units. 1 meter and 100 meter, not 100 meters. So plural form of the units are not available. So these are some of the rules to follow while writing unit. After studying unit, we have seen dimensions. What are the dimensions? Dimensions are nothing but power of anything. That means that has to be written in terms of length, mass and time. We put a bracket over here, that square bracket, and inside that we put a whole physical quantity in only 3 terms, which is L, M and T. To derive dimension of any physical quantity, you have to know the formula for it. So we have derived so many dimensions of many physical quantities. Now after that, we have seen uses of that dimension analysis. There are 3 uses by using which we can calculate the conversion factors between 2 systems of unit. Then we have seen the correctness of equation, and even after that we have seen the relation, or we have established the relation between the physical quantities. These are the some uses of dimensional analysis. After doing uses, we have seen the limitations of dimensional analysis. What are the limitations? If we consider a dimensions of constant term, is it possible to have dimensions for constant term? No. So that is one of the limit. We cannot define dimension for any constant term, even for proportionality constant term. Okay? And even any equation which is having 2 or more physical quantity which are having same dimensions, but it should not be given by the dimensional analysis. That are some of the limitations of dimensional analysis. After that, what we have seen? We have seen about the errors which may cause while doing experiment in laboratory. So these are many types of errors. Main types of which is systematic errors and random errors. Systematic errors have some sources. First one of it is instrumental. Second one is some errors which are there inside the instrument, and third one is personal error. So these are some errors which caused due to errors in system, errors in any instrument. Okay. So after studying or after minimizing all the errors which are there for system, there is one more error which is caused by atmospheric changes or due to power cut or due to any other chances. So these are nothing but random errors. Okay. So after studying this kind of errors, we have seen absolute error, relative error and percentage error too. Then in the last part, that is today's part, we have seen significant figures. Okay, so significant figures are the numbers which are having some certain value while calculating any number, while calculating any measurement. So that is significant figures. We have to follow some rules to write down significant figures, in which we have seen many rules to follow. Even that should be written in some kind of form, which is a into 10 to the power n. While a lies between 0.5 and 5, that we have seen. What is n? N is the order of magnitude. So that's all we have seen in the first chapter, which is units and measurement. And I just want to mention here that the points which is not been taught in any of the video of this chapter is been deleted syllabus. Okay, so that's why I haven't shoot any video which is related to the deleted part. So the videos which are there for you all are the under syllabus. Okay, so if you have any kind of query for this chapter, do mention. I will solve your query. Thank you so much.